Hi friends, and welcome back to my homestead. Today I would like to introduce you to this guy. It's called purple coneflower, also known as Echinacea. So if any of you ever go to a health food store and buy a very expensive small bottle of Echinacea tincture, you know how expensive they are. But I can show you how to make them very, very frugally at home and very simply with just 2 ingredients. So I'm harvesting some of these purple coneflowers today, and there will be more of them blossoming. So I'm careful how much I cut because I see that in between of the stem there's more little buds sitting. So I'm going to be careful how I cut to promote more blossom. Harvesting plants for herbal consumption is always best to do it in a clean environmental space, far away from the roads, far away from any kind of contamination. So I'm harvesting in my backyard right now. And you know what's interesting? I have a lot of these coneflowers everywhere. My front yard, my side yard, my backyard. And my grandmother used to tell me a long time ago, Babushka said, you know, I can diagnose people by just walking through the village and looking at what is growing in their front yard, in the front of their gates, because God always gives us what we need. So she would say, oh yes, someone has a bad heart, someone has bad lungs, someone has bad back, just by walking through the village and looking at what herbs were growing around them. So for some reason God decided that I needed some immune support. And here it is, coneflower, Echinacea. Echinacea is a wonderful immune booster, immune support, and a natural antibiotic. So I am going to be harvesting just the flowers and a little bit of greens, because the root, even though it's very powerful, is best to be harvested in the fall, after the blossoming is all over and the strength returns to the root in the fall. So I'm going to be digging up a few of these plants, and I have plenty that I can dig some up to make tincture out of a root. But as far as harvesting, also think that you should harvest one every third. You don't come and cut everything clean, because you want to leave some behind for the seed to fall and new plants to come back. I'm very careful how I cut them, because let me tell you, there's so many bees around me. I don't want to accidentally grab a bee or something. So I harvested a little bunch here, and I want to show you how I'm going to be making a tincture. So I'll see you on my porch. Okay, so briefly let's talk about Echinacea. It's a beautiful plant, and it attracts many bees, as you saw it on my video in the beginning. I love this plant and I have abundance of it. So I harvest it and I let it sit under a shade for about 2 hours, so my plant material is beginning to wilt just a little bit. Now there are tinctures that can be made with fresh plant material, wilted material, or dried material, and the proportion will be different based of material to alcohol. Also, there are tinctures that can be made using other solvents such as vinegars or glycerin, and those are different recipes altogether. I'm showing you how to use 80% proof vodka in my tincture today. So whenever you're using alcohol, make sure that it is a food grade alcohol, higher concentration, higher degree. Okay, so disclaimer, I'm not a doctor. I do not diagnose. treat, prescribe, or advise anything on my channel. Please do your own research. I'm just sharing what I know, what I do for my personal use and for my family. Okay, so as far as herbalism, I began to be interested in herbalism a long time ago. My babushka was married into a family of herbalists. And when she was young, she was interested and she learned a few things. So later on in life, she used me as the kid who's gonna go and help her to harvest herbs. I will never forget, hot summer days, here I am, let's go to the woods to get some herbs. And off we go hiking to get some herbs. And I remember coming home, bags filled with herbs, and she would dry them up in the attic, or she would make tinctures. So those are my childhood memories. So now that I'm older and I have my own family, I like to use herbal remedies to treat common ailments in my family. So Echinacea, right? What's Echinacea and what is it for? Echinacea, ready? So Echinacea is relatively an old and a plant that's been used for a long period of time, and it's been used topically to treat infectious wounds, bite, stings. It also helps to boost up white blood count, which will help to fight infection. It helps to strengthen and clear lymph nodes, so for people who have lymph drainage issues. Also helps to fight viral infections, and it's overall good to treat colds, flu, and boost your immune system, basically. So I've been reading that the root generally used for tinctures or as powder, and it can be taken to treat inflammation or infection. But there is some research that was shown from Germany that leaves and flowers are just as effective as the root. So it is an antibiotic, immune stimulant, anti-allergenic, and lymph tonic. So, like I said earlier, for some reason God decided that I needed to have Echinacea in my yard for my use. So I have a ton of it. So I'm going to be making a batch of tincture today, and I'm going to be using 80 proof vodka that I purchased. Well, what if you need to give it to an ill person, elderly person, or a young child? You don't want to give them fresh alcohol, right? You're right, you don't want to do that. So what is recommended that if you put, and remember, alcohol tinctures, you're literally using drops only, and this alcohol has to be food grade alcohol. So this can be topped off with boiling water and left sitting out for a few minutes, and alcohol will evaporate through steam, and the medicine itself will be left mixed with boiling water. And you can give it to elderly or children that way if that's what you choose to do. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna prepare my plant material, my Echinacea. I'm gonna be chopping it in smaller pieces, and I'm gonna be filling my jar, okay? Okay, so and I'm gonna store it for about 8 weeks, and then after 8 weeks I'm going to strain it. I'm gonna use cheesecloth to squeeze it all out, and I'm gonna store it in a dark container with a dropper just like this. What do you want, honey bunch? You wanna come say hi? Come here, come say hi to everybody. Come, oh, you're my big boy. Come here, buddy. Oh. Yeah, say hi, buddy. You go, boy. You're a good boy. Yes, you are. Hi. You came to help Mama? Oh, good boy. Okay, so I hope you are encouraged to try some home remedies, to learn more about home remedies, and to treat your family naturally. But I have an arsenal for the upcoming flu season, and who knows what else coming season. I'm going to be ready, and I have something to keep our immune system up. So be encouraged and try something new.